This is the book of Second Timothy, chapter 3, verse 1. This know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. This is the book of Matthews. This is Matthews 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. And this is Sirach 39 and verse 28. There be spirits that are crave for vengeance, within their fury lay on sore sport. In the time they pour out the force and the peas of wrath to him that made of Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Makakadash, and the Heavenly Father, true name is Yahweh, and His unbegotten Son, Ba'Shem, in the name of Mashiach Yahweh Shai. Those are their true names in the ancient Paleo Hebrew, the Lashwan Kadash, the whole tongue. I say Barakadam to the elders, Wa'akim, Wa'akwaf, and I say Shalom.
Very active scene there right now as police are looking for clues that would help them figure out what led up to those deadly shots being fired. The scene unfolding just before noon at a home on Wyoming Avenue in Syosset. When detectives arrived, they say they found 4 people inside of that home and a 5th person just outside of the house with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. News 4's Jessica Cunnington live in Syosset tonight with more on what we know so far and how the community is reacting. Jessica.
It's been about 6 hours into this horrific investigation, about 6 hours into just absolute shock for all of the people that live around this cul-de-sac here. I'll take you a little closer to the scene. Obviously, you can see a lot of work being done. The Nassau County Homicide Squad really crawling all around this house and really throughout this neighborhood as well. As you mentioned, an absolute tragedy on this cul-de-sac, on this block here in Syosset. Police were called here for this for shots fired. It happened around noon today, and when they got here, they found one man outside of the home here on Wyoming Avenue, on Wyoming Court, and they found that man with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. They also then found 4 more people dead inside of that home. I did speak with one neighbor who said she heard bang, bang, bangs right around that time. She did not ever think that it was what it was, the sound of gunshots. She thought it might have been just construction or something nearby. People have been absolutely shaken up by this. We've learned from some neighbors that the woman who owned the home was about 95 years old. She just recently passed away, and her family had been gathering the past few days for her funeral. We spoke with a longtime neighbor who lives right across the street. She says one of the adult sons had lived with the mother and had lived there in that home his entire life. And again, several family members had been at the home as they gathered to mourn their mother. Take a listen.
A tragedy, really, really a tragedy for the family. I just sort of they pulled in and they were there to be there for the mother's funeral, and then, to pay respects, and then to sell the house.
She said she saw one of the children of that woman who passed away from North Carolina, so people traveling in for this and all together here, visiting this home and preparing to sell it, as she mentioned. Again, a lot of pieces still to be put together. The homicide squad here working very hard and not different neighbors as they try to piece this together. But again, 5 people found dead at this home here in Syosset. Live in Syosset tonight, I'm Jessica Cunnington. Rana, back to you.
Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Cornelia Nicholson. We begin tonight with breaking news out of Whitfield County, Georgia. The sheriff's office has confirmed 4 men are now dead after a shooting overnight. Our Catherine Vaughn is live in Whitfield County tonight. Kat, the sheriff says this is very tragic. What other details can you tell us that he provided?
Cornelia, last night at around 11 p.m., police responded to a shots fired call in Pleasant Grove Park. When they arrived at the scene, they found 4 dead. All were Hispanic men in their teens and early 20s. Police have identified 5 suspects. A 16-year-old is in custody, charged with 4 counts of felony. They say there were multiple weapons involved and found shell cases at the scene. A suspect's vehicle was found in Floyd County. Police are still investigating to find out exactly what happened.
We feel like possibly 2 were there under the pretense of robbery, and then 2 that were there. Of course, we have 4 deceased. Yes, possibly for some type of contraband. It was maybe pre-planned.
At this time, police say there's nothing pointing to gang activity. The investigation is ongoing, and we'll be sure to keep you updated. I'm Catherine Vaughn. Cornelia, back to you.
All right, thanks, Catherine, for that update.